The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
A lot of people are getting mixed up with what you're doing now with what's coming later, and
Oh,
I just want to clear the air.
Yeah, that's we're getting revved up to that point. Yeah, there's no arm. There ain't going to be no armed march. I'm encouraging law enforcement to carry, because I'm going to carry a gun. I'm going to have a gun on me. I can tell you that. And believe me, when I go in the Capitol, I'll check it. I don't have a problem with that. You don't want to carry a gun, that's fine. But I'm encouraging civilians not to carry it. Absolutely not. I definitely don't want to see that happen in any way, shape, or form. But I know that
all I'm trying to say is that the cold case posse in Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has nothing to do with what you're doing the following week.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. There is nothing going on the following week. So
well,
I don't
after,
know.
What are you?
No, there's no. All right, let me talk.
There's a lot of stuff on the internet about you getting people gathered up to meet in Virginia or something and then go to D.C.
No. Now listen. All right, what I'm trying to do is, what I was asked to do is gather up support for Mike and you guys and Joe for when you bring your evidence into Congress, when you bring your evidence to Washington, D.C. Now, I was asked to be there with them, okay? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to gather up as much support as possible from other law enforcement officials, from patriot groups all across this nation. When you decide to go and when you wrap up your investigation and bring it to Washington, D.C. and say, hey, this is what we found out. What he's going to do about it. That's exactly what I'm doing. There's no armed march, I can tell you that right now. That was, if you go to ChiefKessler.com, well, it's taken down now, but the release was put out on ChiefKessler.com. We can put it right back up. I'm sure Tony's listening. We can put that right back up where everybody can go on my homepage and see it right there, exactly what it's all about. Period. That should solve this matter right now.
What I'm getting at, though, is you're having some kind of gathering soon, correct?
No. No, there's no date. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm waiting for you guys.
All right, well, like I said, things could change later on, and I'm sure Mike will be in touch with you with that. But there's a very large misunderstanding with what's going on the Internet.
Yeah,
so
well,
I just wanted to clear that up.
No, absolutely. That's why this discussion is going on today here on the air. That's exactly why, because it was all disinformation. Some guy was going crazy about it. There's no armed march, believe me. Okay. There's no armed march. So I'm doing this to help you guys out and to help my country out, period. Mike asked me to help him out in Missouri with getting people on board, and that's exactly what I'm doing, patriot groups. I'm trying to get everybody on board as fast and quickly as possible because I know when the time frame is, and it's coming up shortly.
Well, I'm sure that Mike will contact you whenever that is and, let you know what we're going to need.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I'm on board with you guys, believe me, but I'm not on board with the other people who are. There are some organizations out there condemning law enforcement for carrying a firearm into Washington D.C. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that. Maybe we have different views, but the same people who are supposedly pro law enforcement, pro Constitution, pro military, are condemning any law enforcement officer to have a gun in D.C. Well, I have a real problem with that. I'm putting my neck on the line, all on the line, period, for a lot of people. Ever since what I did with the Second Amendment, now I've been putting my neck on the line for you guys, and no, I'm not calling.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, even on your webpage, there was a mix-up because you said that the Sheriff Arpaio and Mike Zula, the cold case posse, is on your side. Well, you're on our side, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. Mike asked me to get everybody together. They'd get as much support as possible for when we go to the Capitol and present this evidence, or whenever he presents the evidence, or Joe presents it, or whoever presents it, in support of it, and ask them.
Okay, well, I guess you had it. I guess you had it reversed then.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the webpage. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure Mike will be in touch with you. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. You have a good day. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Chief?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, not much. Yeah, as a former military, former firefighter, the group that shall not be named does not represent me. I know firefighters that have even said that. I've been talking to recently, said that group does not represent us. As much as they like to say they do, they're a political action group. That's all they are. That's all they ever have been. They're a political action group. If they're good at it, fine. I have no issue with that. We need people like that.
Sure.
But what they did was just wrong.
It was
They
wrong,
started
and it really was wrong.
misinformation out there. Like you talking to that detective just now, all that misinformation out there, and there possibly was probably some miscommunication as well somewhere along the line, which I'm sure that happens as well.
Absolutely.
But it just, to me, it sounds more like they didn't come up with the idea. It wasn't something they were involved in directly.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, they got butthurt and they got jealous.
I hear you,
They're
brother.
Like,
hey,
why
Mike.
didn't we think about that?
Yep. When I went to that, when I spoke to Mike out in Missouri, he asked me, would I stand with them? Do I support Joe? Absolutely, I stand with them. I support Joe. And Joe's idea was, and this is from Mike. He said Joe's idea is he wants to get law enforcement, as many law enforcement officials as he can, to go to Washington with him. I applaud that, and that's what I've been working on. I've been trying to get support out there, left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. All right. Then I asked the Patriot groups to join in, but they can't carry a gun. If you're a civilian, don't bring a gun with you. If you're law enforcement, I encourage you to bring a gun.
You want it to be lawful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not trying to cause World War III here in the United States or the next revolution. But I tell you what, once this information is released, and I hope it does, I truly hope it does get released now, because the guy is the biggest fraud.
Because I think everybody, law enforcement, first responders, American citizens, there's even people from around the world I've talked to, everybody's sitting on the edge of their seats for this information. And we hope it comes
everybody
out
is. Yeah, everybody is. I mean, I'm
I
not the one
know
that's
people
working
that
on
voted
this.
for I even know people that voted for Barry. I'm going to call him what you call him, Barry.
Yeah, Barry. Barry.
Even they said, they're like, the more I read about this, the more this stuff doesn't make sense and isn't adding up. Even people that voted for him are starting to turn on him because they're starting to wake up slowly.
Look at all the Just look at what he's been doing to this country. And I have to give Joe credit. I give Joe a pile of credit. I give him credit. He is the only one in this entire country that's taken the bull by the horns and is willing to expose what this guy really is, a fraud. And
he's doing
he's a
what
huge
needs
fraud.
to be. He's doing what needs to be done.
And
more law enforcement need to stand up, go on the record, forget your job at that point. Go on the record and say, hey, I'm doing my job right now by standing up with him and saying something's not right.
And if Congress don't do something about it, I can tell you, you will see the next American Revolution. And I won't be fired. I guarantee you that.
I hate to say it, but I absolutely agree. I don't advocate violence. I'm not a violent person. Yeah, I like to shoot guns. I enjoy it. It's fun.
Absolutely.
I'm not a violent person, but I think you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, and as far as those other groups can go for condemning law enforcement for wanting to carry a firearm, that shows you what they're all about.
If you're not breaking the law, what's the big deal?
Exactly. Hit me up at Chief Kessler. We have about a minute left. We're going to hit some radio. We're going to hit some music here. ChiefKessler.com. Check me out. Join up with with an organization that has a set of balls. I ain't going to take no shit from nobody. Period. Thanks for everybody for calling in, and Godspeed.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.